battle on Saturday night against Lane Kiffin and a good Ole Miss team and nearly coming out with the victory was a great moment for Tennessee football, and it should have just been a fun night that came up a little bit short, but a good sign of things to come. Instead, the officiating didn't help them, and Ole Miss, had a number of what felt to be fake injuries to slow down that crazy speed that Tennessee is playing at offensively. The bizarre whistle that blew dead the fumble, strip, and score in the first quarter that should have tied things up. Who knows what the refs were calling there? I mean, Ole Miss quarterback Matt Corral just stops in the middle of a play. He thinks the whistle blew. It didn't. He just stops. He has the football. He stops. Whistle didn't blow. 2 Tennessee Volunteer defensive players come up to him. They sack him. They take the football. They run it back. And the refs are like, no, we blew the whistle dead. But they never did. Forward progress was stopped. What? The play wasn't dead. So that was bizarre. That gets the fans into a lather. Throughout the game, Ole Miss seems to be slowing down the offensive attack of Tennessee by faking injuries one after the other. College football needs to address this. It's an easy fix in the offseason if you come off due to injury. If we had a stop time to help you off of the field for injury, you must remain out for the rest of the possession or remain out for 5 plays or something like that so that you can't fake it, okay, and come right back on the field. Okay, that's the easy fix. College football should do that. That's easy. Also, it's a night game all day to get liquored up. And Lane Kiffin's in the house with 102,000 people with their first really relevant big football game in years. And they hate Lane Kiffin, and they're there to voice their displeasure. It was the perfect confluence of events. But the students and the fans that threw crap onto the field should really look in the mirror. Okay? Maybe you were drunk. Maybe you were angry. Maybe you were encouraged because other people were doing it. If you are a loser that feels like you need to throw things onto the field, you really shouldn't be at football games. You shouldn't be at sporting events. You're the grown adult that cusses out, 16-year-old umpires in Little League. And you're the adults that everybody just is like, oh, God, this drunken loud is next to me. I am having the worst day ever. These are the people that you hate at sporting events, the people that would throw things onto the field. Booing, fine. Getting angry, totally get it. Frustration, I get it. Once you throw something onto the field, you're a complete and utter loser, and you need to take stock of your life because you can't then be trusted in public spaces, and that's pathetic. If you're a drunken college kid, again, no excuse. You're just acting like an ass, just acting like a big idiot. And so nobody deserves, to have to sit in the stands. And the Tennessee fan base, which they've had black eyes after black eyes after black eyes, take another one because of 150 morons in this game. 20-minute delay, you got to clear cheerleaders, etc. Clear the teams. I mean, it's ugly and it's totally unreasonable and unnecessary. So what's the punishment? Tennessee is going through film to try to find exactly who did what. And this is a simple fix. If you're caught on camera, identified as one of the people throwing things onto the field, you lose your rights to me for 5 years of coming back into the building. Now, I know that's hard to enforce, but at least for students, you don't get student tickets anymore. You can't buy a student ticket. You got to do that with your student ID. You can't do it. You're on the banned list. That's easy. Other fans, you can buy them from secondary outlets, StubHub. You get them from a friend. You get them from a family. I'm not sure how you do that. But the simple case is you can toss them out of the stadium and try to keep them out for at least, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, what have you. The SEC announced its punishment. The SEC is assessed a $250,000 fine, $250,000. Do you know how much Tennessee makes from the SEC? Which, by the way, that's where this fine will come out of. Tennessee doesn't cut a check for $250,000. the SEC withholds the $250,000. They make $45 million a year from the conference. So you just took $250,000 out of their $45 million payment. Oh, that'll do it. Oh, well, I'm glad they cracked down hard on that. Tennessee says we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But does that really stop this behavior from happening? Is that really a deterrent? I hope they go and they get everybody on film. They should. We got 4K cameras everywhere, 1 million television cameras catching all of this, security cameras, etc. I think Neyland Stadium needs way better security, and the SEC should be on point, and every college football program needs to be on point in stadium. You should have security, wide measures, because we've seen bad fan behavior since we've all come back to stadiums, and the moment you see something thrown, security, which is watching the stands, remember, they should be watching the stands, not the field, immediately goes up and gets that guy and throws him out. Immediately. And not wait 20 minutes as Dasani bottles and mustard bottles and golf balls and everything else strews onto the field, and then suddenly after 15 minutes it's like, let's keep an eye on this. No. The moment it happens, your eyes should be there looking, and that's the moment you walk right up into that section, row 16, seat 32 and 33, you guys are out of here, we're hauling you out. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts, no waiting around. $250K out of a $45 million payment. I mean, come on.